Hello and welcome back to Syrasi Plays Pokemon Crystal, NuzLocke. Where we last left off, I had burned down the entire gym of Azalea City and defeated my rival, and now I'm chasing this Farfetch'd in the woods. And a special gift for you today is we are joined by River, who will be providing commentary on this video as well. Say hello, River.
Hello, how are y'all doing?
So yeah, we're gonna hopefully have a bit more to say while we're fighting through this incredibly high encounter rate forest. And Vlad can chow his way through this Metapod. Oh god, he's just going to chew his way right through the shell, isn't he? Metapod's on the half shell. So I think you said you had some discussion topics or questions you wanted to ask me that we could talk about during this.
Yeah.
Do you want to bring those up?
Yeah, let's think about it. So, why is it that every Pokemon has the same PP for every move?
Same PP for every move.
Because you'd seem that some Pokemon would have more energy or less energy.
Oh, right, yeah. Well, I think that's reflected in their different stats. Oh, look, it went back on its own. Wow, thanks a whole bunch. My boss's Pokemon won't obey me because I don't have a badge.
Oh, let's have this then.
Yeah.
Why do badges matter?
I don't know.
Are they some sort of like special like mind wiping or like thing? Like what does that do?
I think it's because the Pokemon only respect the strong. Oh, no. So I had my theory. Pokemon are all experiments from a military system that was going to use them as bioweapons. And at some point, the war got out of control and Pokemon destroyed most of civilization. And a ton of people died in this war. That's the war that Lieutenant Surge claims that he fought in. And everyone's had this theory about the Poke War. That's pretty basic. But what about the Pokemon themselves? I'm going to teach someone Cut. They're all super powerful weapons who attack innocent humans as soon as they can see them. Just viciously. And come on. I don't know why it's taking so much text.
So, in that case, is Arceus like the first one they created, or what would you say?
I don't know much about Arceus because I never played the game he appeared in.
It's just essentially the creator of everything.
Huh. Well, now I can cut through things. Oh, it's a temple. Alex Forest Shrine. It's in honor of the forest. It's Celebi.
Yes.
So I think what I was going to say about badges specifically is that these badges that they're distributing in each of these different regions are the military insignia of different ranks in that region's military. And the Pokemon are trained to respect people with higher ranks. So the stronger Pokemon can only be controlled by higher ranking military members. It's how they kept weak, low ranking military members from launching a coup, because the strongest Pokemon are all control of the elite.
I think that's pretty solid as far as an understanding goes.
Please watch out for items that may have been dropped. Well, okay, wait a second. I feel like there's an item right in front of it because it said that because of game design. And this is designed for 10-year-olds, so. What other things do you want to talk about? Because we talked about the Pokemon thing.
So, in none of the Pokemon games do we ever see any sort of hospital or Poke Center for humans.
We do. There's a couple, I think in Kalos, in Lumio City, there's a hospital that they said, no, this isn't a Poke Center, this is for people. I'm pretty sure I remember that happening.
Fair enough. So why did Pokemon just get so big that we are more worried about what happens to those individuals, like to what happens to our Pokemon instead of people? Like
I said, the world that I'm talking about, where Pokemon are these war, basically bioweapons, the reason they're so aggressive is because they're trained to be weapons, and they have an extremely high innate aggression, and they have to let it out, which is where trainers come in. Trainers help them tame that aggression. Trainers help them let it out in controlled environments where they can't die, unless you're in a Nuzlocke. Hello, stranger. What am I doing? I'm shaking trees using Headbutt. It's fun. Here, you try it too. The problem with this is it's a TM, so I can only use it once. And if I lose the Pokemon that knows Headbutt, I can't get the Pokemon in trees anymore.
Probably worth holding on to for a while.
Yeah, because I can always go back and try to get that Heracross.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's the only thing you'd really want. Maybe a Pineco. Because Fortress is one of my favorite Pokemons. Anyway, where did I leave off with my explanation? The battles, yes.
Mm-hmm.
That's where the Pokemon let their aggression out. And as they're trained, they become less aggressive towards humans and it's basically a form of therapy, really. Mm-hmm. Trainers are therapists for the Pokemon. And without them, the Pokemon would just be like viciously killing everything in their sight, including children.
Mm-hmm. Fair.
Yeah, it's vicious. That's why we're walking through here, and every piece of wildlife we run into is viciously throwing itself at us suicidally, too. Mm-hmm. They have no regard for their own self-maintenance? Preservation.
Yeah.
Preservation.
So in this world, giving 10-year-old Pokemon is just kind of what is necessary in order for them to even make it through.
Yeah, because if you don't give the kids Pokemon, they're walking through the woods and playing, and then all of a sudden they get eaten by an Ekans.
How do we explain Professor Birch, then, who got attacked by a Zigzagoon?
He didn't have any Pokemon with him.
Did he just fuck up one day? Like, is that what happened?
He probably just got reckless, or he's absent-minded. And think of all the corpses that are littered in this woods from people who ventured too far.
Yeah, fair.
Don't sneak up on me like that! You frightened the Pokemon away!
Is that why there's, like, no people in the towns?
It's extremely low population, yeah. It's because all of the wildlands are completely infested with Pokemon, and they can only reclaim slow amounts of land at a time. The exception, I think, is the Alola region. Because in that one, they really play up how they cooperate with Pokemon. You can summon the Pokemon to do tasks for you. They're really good friends with their Pokemon. Mm-hmm. And in that one, I think that's one of the reasons I didn't like Sun and Moon that much, is because it felt so tame. It didn't feel like I was in a sense of danger anywhere. Whereas in this game, you're going into the wilderness all the time and being attacked by wild creatures. In Alola, it's just like, yeah, there's Pokemon. They'll all be your friends pretty easily. In this one, Pokemon have a much lower catch rate, too, with the Pokeballs. Mm-hmm. So it's just like, yeah. The reason we have the Poke Centers, like you were saying earlier, is because they desperately need to maintain the system of making the Pokemon fight each other. Mm-hmm. Trainers training them to be stronger so they can survive and explore more regions, but also just because the battling system is so integral to the survival of human civilization. The reason that you don't run into Pokemon in villages, other than tamed ones, is because they're so well defended by adults who have already gotten their super powerful Pokemon so they can defend their home their entire lives. That's the purpose of the Pokemon journey that they send kids on. I'm kind of just pulling this out of my ass as I go, but
it makes a lot of sense.
I thought about it a lot. I hadn't seen that Pokemon before.
So they're talking about how, like, there are Pokemon that only respond to super strong people. Why is it that the Elite Four isn't the one catching Legendaries, instead it's just this random 10-year-old?
I think it's because Legendaries are genuinely rare, and because in this game you're the special anime protagonist, so you have the cool things happen to you. I think it's just that simple. Just like Ash is the one who happens to run into all these fucking Legendaries, even though he's one of the worst trainers in the entire world.
Yeah, for someone trying to be the very best and catch them all, he does very little of either.
I know, right? Yeah, I never liked him as a character. I was like Misty because she was like, fuck you, Ash. And I'm just like, I like you, girl. But yeah, that's what I think. I'm sorry if I have really quick answers to a lot of the things you ask, but it's because sometimes I think they just have simple explanations.
I also have one other thing. So, are Pokemon programmed to, even if you don't have any badges, to listen to you until level 20? Is that part of the programming?
That's what must be what the Pokeballs do. And there's been actually, I think Team 4-Star talked about this during one of their NuzLocke videos, was the idea of the Pokeball breaking down the Pokemon into data, meaning that they're data-based, because they were designed in a lab, according to my theory.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously the anime contradicts a lot of that, because they talk about, like, Pokemon coming from space, or Pokemon coming from the wild. But there seems to be a lot more to it. And that's the fun thing, is since they never really fleshed out in the game any of that details, we can fill it with whatever you want. Did you see the shrine honoring the protector? It washes over the forest from across time. That's Celebi. It must be a grass-type Pokemon.
Why?
Because it's in the woods. I don't know, it's bugs.
Yeah. I guess.
Oh, honey, you're making a Pokedex? It must be hard if Pokemon won't appear. Try using this TM. Well, thank you. This is why I always talk to random strangers, because they might give me things.
Is this like sweet scent or something?
Yeah, it is. Oh, that could be really, really useful for NuzLocke. But also the notion of TMs, they're shaped like discs is what the canon established them as. So that further establishes them as being digital based. Are Pokemon really Digimon? So here's Route 34. Berries grow new berries every day. Make a note for which trees bear which berries.
So
bring it on, fucker.
Does that mean all of the Pokemon are like Porygon?
That's the weird thing. They act like Porygon's one of the new ones that they've just designed. Maybe they lost the technology to create new Pokemon. Or maybe the original Pokemon were like GMOs, genetically modified organisms. And Porygon's the one where they made it purely out of digital data.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, when you talk...
Porygon's the only Digimon in Pokemon.
When they had the classifications for Pokemon, they have like the mouse Pokemon, so maybe there was a mouse in this world, and they just genetically modified the shit out of all of them.
And then the Pikachus killed off all the real mice because they're an invasive species once they got free. No, that's what happened. The Pokemon got loose because the war destroyed too many people. The Pokeballs like released them, and without a trainer, they just go wild. And then they reproduce, and now they're everywhere. And since they're probably bred for war, they probably also made them to be highly reproductive. So a lot of these Pokemon are just breeding in hordes so quickly that they can't even maintain their own population.
So we have this huge expanse of Pokemon. Why hasn't technology evolved to use Pokemon? Like when we see in the 4th generation, they're digging from coal mines with like bulldozers and stuff. Why aren't they using Pokemon?
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's a good point. I don't know. Maybe it's just for the aesthetic. Gen 4 was, I think, black and white, right?
That was Pearl, Diamonds, and
Platinum. I always forget those existed. Sorry.
They're very forgettable.
Where were they set? What was it based off of?
I actually don't know, to be honest.
Because I know black and white was based off of New York.
Yeah, it was still somewhere in Japan.
Okay, so still somewhere in Japan. I don't know. I mean, they have some modern technology. Beaten by a passing stranger. That's how you don't talk to strangers, kid.
And, like, they have the infamous truck in Gen 1 that people tried to find Mew under.
Should I try to go for something here?
Yeah.
All right, let's see what we can make. Oh, right away. Okay. Bring it on. We already got one of you.
Yeah, that butt wiggle gets me every time on the
wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Seriously, it's a 95% accuracy. I was wondering, how did you do that much damage? Okay, it was a crit.
So, why is it that the only sort of foods that we are seeing are either slowpoke tails or berries?
There is poke food.
There's, different
I think
types.
it's assumed that you're feeding it in the background because it's not relevant to the story. That's what I would assume is happening. But, because, Brock was making all those special Pokemon meals in the anime.
Yep.
Oh, they have Brock! Okay, we're going to get this fucker. I already know what I'm going to name you. Fastball. Go. This is our only chance.
Yep.
I threw the ball. It's locked in.
Yo!
I didn't think that would work. Hypnotizes itself so that it can teleport away when it senses danger, even if it is asleep. Give a nickname? Why, yes. And I know exactly what your name's going to be. Spooner. It says when you evolve into Kadabra, you have a spoon. Kadabra only has one spoon, cannot do much today.
No.
Let's see, who else needs to level up? Egg McMuffin needs to level up.
Yeah.
I really think that teaching her Headbutt would be good if I knew that she would stick around. But I can't make that assumption until we beat Whitney.
Yeah, for those who don't understand the spoon jokes, for some disabled people, they represent their energy as being spoons. different small amounts of energy that can be used for basic tasks.
Yes, that is correct. Pokefan Brandon. Oh, and he's got the kid in the Pikachu outfit. Go Pikachu! He's holding 2 Pokeballs, but he only has 1 Pokemon. Snubble! Snubble! I thought Snubble was so cool when they first had him in the Pokemon movie, Pikachu's Vacation. We should watch that, the first movie, with the edited out part. Did you know about the part they removed for the Americanized version? Have you seen it before?
I have not.
Oh God, you're in for a feels trip. It's basically Mewtwo's childhood in the pod, and it's fucking traumatic. Don't watch it unless you're in for a ton of cries. Because I was like crying for days after that. Oh, you're normal type in this gen. Oh.
Fairy didn't come out for a long time.
Self-destruct. Damn it.
Well, that's a pretty decent one. Though getting charmed by a Snubble, I mean, sorry Snubble, you're not the best looking of Pokemon.
Oh, rude. Jesus Christ. Oh no, I'm slow. Wait, you keep using Petal Dance?
Yeah, it goes for 2 to 3 turns.
Oh, sweet, it doesn't use the PP. Yes! Oh, look at that shit. Go Egg McMuffin. One of these days you're just gonna explode on me and I'll be like, well, that egg cracked. Why does it end this way? You didn't send your kid out. What are you supposed to do? That Pokemon knew moves I didn't know it had. That confounded me to know. Okay.
How do you not know? Like, do you just
like
not paying attention?
Oh, I have to fight her too. I'm the best in my class at Pokemon. So was I back in the day.
So when he's saying he was best in his class, is that just like the basic trainer school, or is there other schools that we're not saying?
We went into Poke schools, X and Y. No, there was in Alola too. There's a Pokemon school. It was in the anime too. Oh wait, you're fighting type. I need to get you the fuck out of there. I'm glad I was paying attention. Not.
Did somebody say cross shop?
Yeah, fuck that shit. This is what Too Spoopy is here for. Seriously, if there's a fighting gym, the 5th gym, right? Before Olivia?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if I was dealing with someone who knew what she was talking about or not. Sorry. That was rude. I shouldn't be so rude.
So, what's the point in having kids fill out the Pokedex? Has nobody else finished the Pokedex? Because it seems the way that it categorizes Pokemon that they've already been giving, like, descriptions. Is it a point of, like, personal discovery or trying to...
I think it's about aggregating data. Because each Pokemon you catch, I'm pretty sure they registered the statistics, like its stats, its moves. They put them all in the international Pokedex. And there's a lot of Pokemon that haven't been discovered yet that they keep discovering more about. And it's odd that they can generate text about, like, Ho-Oh, for example, immediately. So, I don't know, that's something I'd like to look into more.
Yeah, maybe they've already seen it before and this is all they can figure out about it. They just hadn't had someone caught it until recently.
Yeah, for sure.
So, as far as we understand, the only real organizations we hear is from Gen 6 with the Detective Interpol Agency and the Elite Four. Are those, like, just the higher powers as far as things go?
Well, the Pokemon League is an international organization, right? Or is each league separate? I think they're just regional subsections of the international
Yeah, I would assume so.
I think the Pokemon League is the international government.
I would assume
so. New World Order! Okay, do I want Poison Powder? Yeah, versus Growth? Yeah. Fuck Growth. All those stat boosting moves are mostly useless. I mean, you can sweep with them, but you want the ones that boost more than one tier.
Agreed.
Okay, kid. I'm trying hard so I can be the star in my class. I thought you said you already are. Oh, maybe continue being? I don't know.
Sounds like someone was fibbing.
I know, right? Yeah, I'm the best in my class, yeah. That noise. Are you a trainer? Let's have a practice battle.
Let's have a practice battle. You're totally not going to take my money.
If my Pokemon die here, they're fucking dead in the practice battle.
Yep.
She's probably going to get mad when I beat her and be like, I said it was a practice battle.
Who goes to random people in the wild and just says this is a practice, like, whatever?
Right? Bone Rush. Oh, that's a ground move.
Mm-hmm.
Jeez, Egg McMuffin's defense is going to be shit by the time she's done here. But Hop-Up shouldn't know tackle, so...
Yeah, it should be fine.
I mean, trainers' Pokemon always have weird movesets, you know? Oh, fuck. I'm going to heal. Especially with Metronome.
So, how is it that Pokemon can use Metronome? Do they just, like...
It's about magic, I think.
Magic, you think?
Because normally it's affiliated with a lot of the Pokemon that became fairies in later gens.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's kind of just like this weird power that they have. The power of the moon, often. I know Metronome is just a meter, but in Pokemon world, maybe it's more things.
Maybe it's just like somehow like brainwashing them to do a certain thing to be able to interact different ways.
I think it just has to do with really weird intrinsic powers.
Fair.
Or maybe unstable genetic data.
That could work too.
Cough, Ditto, cough. Ditto was a failed experiment to try Mew.
Yep.
To clone Mew. Which is why the only place you can find them in the originals is in the Cinnabar burned mansion, which was where they were doing the experiments to make Mewtwo. And Mew actually knows Transform, which is weird to me. Oh, Bulbasaur's sprite's all wrong. It's all the same color.
It's a little odd for sure.
It looks fucking sad. Die! I'm gonna burn this abomination from the land. By fire be purged! I'm going through your topics too quickly, I'm sorry.
That's fine. So, we have starters like Bulbasaur and Cyndaquil. Is there just like a special place for them? Are they specially unique Pokemon, or like they only reserved for giving out to new trainers? Or
yeah, I think they're probably some of the specialty ones that they, she's just gonna give me items that she finds lying around. Alright, Gina, you got my number, girl.
For it being a practice battle and us beating you, you're taking this very well.
She was really upset. She's like, oh, you can't be a training partner. You're too good. But yeah, I think the starter Pokemon are all special ones that they kind of kept under control. Daycare. I didn't specifically ban the daycare in my NuzLocke. I just can't breed. I'm the daycare lady. Do you know about eggs? My husband and I were raising some Pokemon, you see. We were shocked to find an egg. How incredible could that be? Should I raise a Pokemon for you? No. You say you forced Pokemon to have sex? Or do nobody know how Pokemon have sex?
I'm the daycare man. Do you know about eggs? I was raising Pokemon with my wife, you see. We were shocked to find an egg.
I've never heard this story before.
How incredible is that? Well, wouldn't you like that egg?
I am allowed to take eggs from people. Those are event Pokemon. Shit, yes!
How has nobody known? Like, have they not found, like, broken eggshells around? Like,
I don't know. But I kind of want to put... Vlad's 2 levels away from evolving. Egg McMuffin, you go away. Oh, I don't want to withdraw. I want to get that egg. And then once I acquire a bike, I will run around off screen until hatch.
Do you think that all Pokemon have the same size eggs, or do you think they're different size eggs, or...
Well, since they introduced the thing where different Pokemon can breed with certain Pokemon, I'm assuming it's, each kind of egg is going to be different. But the trainer didn't want the egg. So we just got the, baby that was given up for adoption. The unwanted child. Oh, I'm looking forward to being your Pokemon. I gave away my other baby and put it in the computer.
I'm on patrol for suspicious individuals.
Good job, buddy. Good job.
Busting cups is such a good idea.
Kind of missed the Slowpoke genocide happening in the next town over. I'm confident in my ability to raise Pokemon. Want to see? I mean, I don't think you're giving me a choice.
What's the point of asking questions like that if you've already locked eyes?
I know, right? Camper Todd. Yuck.
So I always found it really confusing that Psyduck is not a psychic type.
Yeah?
It's just water.
You're right. I'm not seeing good options here.
2 Spoopy shouldn't be too bad, right?
Low defenses. I'm gonna put Cinders in just for 1 turn. It's probably gonna use Water Gun, but it shouldn't kill Cinders. Ha! Ha! You didn't use a good move. Now you die. We're gonna potion up to Spoopy and then I'll put her in. I hate how TFS always uses hyper potions when they have like 16 HP missing. We're like, what are you doing?
Just because they can. I mean...
Cinders, see what you can do.
Interesting other thing. Why are ethers so rare in the Pokemon world?
Those are store PP.
Yeah.
Probably because they're more expensive to create, or they lost the factory that made them.
So, if they lost, that would make sense because they're just littered all over the wild.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the only real place you can find them, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think there's might be 1 or 2 gens where you can buy them in really, really late stores, but probably not actually.
No, not that I'm aware of. You just find better PP reducing ones, not reducing, increasing.
Did I screw up my training? Yeah, you did. Your Psyduck's okay, but you need more than 1 Pokemon.
Mm-hmm.
Daycare.
How do you plan on taking it to the daycare if it's your only Pokemon?
I'll call you when they have a sale. That's actually cool because there's relatively limited money in this game.
Mm-hmm.
You go to the store every day. Jesus Christ.
She picks up phone numbers like I take off Facebook friends.
It's because she's so pretty. And we have reached Goldenrod City. Oh god, it's a giant fucking store. The radio tower in Goldenrod City is a landmark. They're running a promotional campaign right now. They'll modify your Pokegear so it can also serve as a radio... Oh, yes! I'm excited. But first stop is always the Pokemon Center. Because you never know when you're going to run into an encounter.
So the Pokemon Center is a hospital. Why are all these people just chilling in the hospital?
It might also be a social center. Like... You always see, because they got the link centers upstairs,
mm-hmm.
which kind of represent like a place for Pokemon interactions to happen. Mm-hmm. I know it's like a meta thing of the game where it's like, this is where you use this extra thing in the game. And this is the one where you transfer from the past.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of cool. I think the Pokemon centers double as like a social hub like you saw in Alola. Mm-hmm. There's the cafe right inside.
Mm-hmm.
And there's also marts and Pokemon centers later on. A single Pokemon that is the toughest. Well, I don't know about that.
I think the tier list disagrees.
Right? Eon Mail? I'll give it to you if I have one. I don't think I have any mail. The Coliseum upstairs is for link battles. Wait, so he's playing a Game Boy in a Game Boy game.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe Nintendo is a thing in this world. I mean, yeah, you start with a Nintendo system at the beginning of every game.
That's true. That's
so
true.
Clearly Nintendo is this world government.
Mm-hmm.
Little did we know, Nintendo is the Pokemon League. Your playground, Goldenrod City Game Corner. Time to fuel that addiction.
I couldn't win at the slots and I blew it on card flipping. I got so furious I tossed out my coin case in the underground.
Oh, it's the TFS NPC. I taught Blizzard to my Pokemon. It was hard to get enough coins for it, but it was worth it. Oh, good for you. It is a great place to get items, but
it is such a pain.
It's so grindy. I think you can talk to these people later to get coins from them, so I'm just gonna hold off. Because people just are like really friendly. They're like, oh yeah, here, take some of my coins that I spent my money on.
You a new gambler? I'm going to be looking to take some from you someday.
Yo, Syrasi, how's it doing? This is Joey. This is the 3rd time he's called me. He wants to fight. Let's get together and battle. Take a hint, Joey. I'm not responding. I promise things will be different. Yeah, no way. I've already seen how you go, Joey.
I'm sure your Rattata will be entirely different.
It'll be in the top tier. Top percentage.
So with Joey, does he just travel to each region, or is there just a new region's Joey?
I don't know, but I want to find out. I think it's the same Joey. There's no way more than one person has that name. It's way too uncommon.
So is he just traveling around like after he loses each time to new gens?
Ah, yes, she gave me her dad's phone number. Oh, Big Brother, okay. I know kids who do that.
It's like, I think you'd be a good fit for my big brother here, so...
Oh, I ship it. Oh, jeez. So Bill is in the game corner. We probably will have to talk to him there.
Mm-hmm.
But we're probably at the half-hour point, so we're going to end this episode here, and we will resume exploring the city next time on Syrasi Plays Pokemon Crystal NuzLocke.